Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be trying to draw with oil pastels on a canvas. I don't know if this is going to work, I've never actually seen anyone do it, but yeah, let's have a little bit of an experiment today. So these are my oil pastels that I have, and as you can tell they're slightly used. I actually have used these previously in a few of my older videos. And yeah, these aren't really expensive oil pastels, they're kind of just an affordable brand, but they are pretty nice and pretty vibrant and I like them. So for this artwork I was thinking about trying to draw a cute little cozy Christmas scene. I have been quite excited for Christmas lately, and I've seen a few people do some Christmassy related content on YouTube, and I'm gonna definitely be joining in on that because I love Christmas. So my basic idea is I'm going to have a little bit of a Christmas tree in view, but it's sort of to the side and it's just like the edge of the Christmas tree. And then I'm going to have a blue wall behind it here, as you can see that I'm drawing, and maybe a few presents or maybe some stockings or something like that on the wall. I think that'll look good. Now I want to have this wall a sort of light blue color, but I don't want it as dark as the light blue like oil pastel that I actually have. I kind of want it a bit more pastel than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, and as you can see I'm just layering a little bit of white over the light layer of blue that I have here. Now I'm just trying to mix them together to see if I can get a bit of a softer, lighter blue than the sort of cyan color that I have here. Now as I'm doing this, I'm actually noticing that this oil pastel does go pretty well on this canvas. However, I feel like because of the bounce of the canvas, I can't really push too hard because it's just going to push into the canvas and I'm not going to get that pressure. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go when I actually go in with details and like stronger colors. So yeah, I'm pretty much just alternating between this blue and this white here, trying to get a nice little layer of a soft blue. Alright, so now that you can see I have this nice layer of blue here, I'm going to go in on the right hand side and add in some little strokes for my Christmas tree. Now I'm just using the lightest green here, and later I will go in with some other colours and some darker greens as well, but we're just getting a little base here for the Christmas tree silhouette. Now before I actually forget, I'm going to go and just add in some little baubles, as you can see here, because we don't want just a plain Christmas tree because that would be kind of boring. So I'm just using some red and pink, and later I'll probably go in with purple or some other colors. But yeah, I don't want this Christmas tree to be too busy, even though I love decorating my Christmas trees heaps. Because, I don't know, I just feel like I want this artwork to be slightly simple, not too crazy, because I don't know how I'm going to go with lots of, fine little crazy details with these thick oil pastels. So now I'm just going in with some darker greens into this Christmas tree, and I'm trying my best to push as hard as I can to get some nice crisp details. Now as I said before, the bounce of the canvas means I can't push as hard as I would like because I'm kind of worried about, bowing in the canvas and making it all sort of floppy in the middle. So I'm trying my best not to go too overboard, but I'm just pushing as hard as I comfortably can while sort of going over it more and more and doing sort of more layers, and that is, sort of helping. So this is starting to look a lot better now that I have added in a lot of layers and I've actually gone in and added in a few different greens here and also a little bit of yellow for the highlights as well. I really like highlighting green with yellow sometimes because you just get that sort of change in hue, which I really like. Now I kind of still want to push the shadows just a little bit more, so that's why I'm going in with a bit of dark blue for the shadows, but I am also using a bit of black as well, which I don't usually like to use for shading, but I am a little bit limited in colors here, so we're going to have to use a bit of black. I'm hoping it won't make it muddy, but we'll see how that goes. So I actually want to have a little bit of detail up on the wall here because I felt like this area was just a little bit plain, and you can probably tell that I was planning that because I have a blank sort of white shape in the blue here, and that's because I want to add in some little Christmas stockings like I said before. Now I'm just going to add 2 because I don't want this to be too cluttered, but I thought red would be a pretty good choice because that's your typical Christmas stocking, I think. I'm liking this artwork. I feel like it is kind of like a sort of storybook kind of vibe. Maybe it's something on a Christmas card sort of thing. It's not my usual sort of art style because with these oil pastels you kind of have to be a little bit more loose than you normally would with colored pencils or markers or something. But I really like the sort of raw, sketchy sort of storybook kind of vibe. I'm liking it. So it's time to add in that black now for the shadow on the tree, and I don't know, I just feel like I want a bit more value in this. I want a little bit more contrast, and I feel like the blue just isn't doing it for me. So let's add in a bit of black, and hopefully I don't destroy the Christmas tree. I really don't want to wreck this artwork, but I think I can do it subtly in a way that works. Okay, that's not looking too shabby. Now, I feel like these Christmas balls are just sort of, I don't know, I feel like I want them to stand out a little bit more. So as you can see, I'm going in with a little bit of white, and I'm just going around the outside of the Christmas balls just to try and get them to pop off a little bit more. Now, I feel like maybe adding this white would look like they're sort of, you know, shining or glowing or something, or maybe it's just looking weird. I have no idea, but I'm liking it. I just feel like I want to define the outline of the Christmas balls just a little bit more so that they, I don't know, look a bit better. Let's just scrape off this accident here. We don't need to see that. Now I know I said I wanted the Christmas tree to be a bit low-key, but I feel like there's just not enough detail on it. I kind of want some more little, I don't know, detail-y, you know, decorations. So I'm just going in with this yellow, and I am adding in some little sort of sparkly cross shapes. I just want to fill the space a little bit and make it look a little bit more detailed. So for these presents at the bottom here, I'm just going to draw them in gold and silver, just because I feel like those colors are very Christmassy, and it's not adding too much color to this illustration because I really want to keep within the Christmassy color palette sort of theme. So for these, I'm just going to be using a yellow and then a bit of yellow ochre to shade over the top. And for the silver one, I'm probably just going to use some like gray, black and white. So I've added actually a little bit too much oil pastel onto this section, and I can't actually layer any more over the top. So as you can see, I'm just scraping a little bit off with my X-Acto knife, and that's just so I can add in some black for the ribbon. Now that's actually pretty good. I'm actually really liking that I decided to use canvas for this. My worries were a little bit too unwarranted. I feel like I felt like I couldn't push too hard, but then just with a little bit more layering, it's actually working better. Especially since I have to sort of scrape at it with my X-Acto knife, I feel like it's holding up better than if I would have used paper for this instead of canvas. I feel like the canvas is just a little bit stronger and resists the sharp blade of my knife just a little bit more, and I like that. So as you can see that I have scraped off some of that oil pastel. The black is layering on nicely. Now I actually really like the way that it looked when I was scraping off the oil pastel, so I'm going to actually use that to my advantage and just add a little bit of detail to these stockings here. Just some little initials on the stockings, perhaps who owns these stockings. I know it's a little bit cliche, but I like it. So I just feel like I want a little bit more contrast on this. We have quite a bit of contrast on the tree, but that wall's looking quite plain. So let's just add a little bit of dark blue to the edges and maybe a little bit of shadow under the stockings as well. And hopefully I don't screw up that nice soft blue color. I am worried about that, but I feel like it will be worth it. And to blend this, I'm just going to take some paper towel here and sort of smudge the colors together a little bit and see if I can get a nice little gradienty sort of thing. I'm probably going to keep some of this texture though because I like it, but yeah, I'm liking the look of the sort of smudgy blending of this sort of vignette, I guess you could say. Now I'm just going to take this paper towel and draw on a separate piece of paper and then take some of that off with the paper towel and try and like just add some really subtle colors to the wall. Now I imagine these would be like light from perhaps Christmas lights, like on the other side of the room or something. Hopefully I can blend it a little bit more than that, but yeah, I just want to add a little bit more color to that area. I don't know, I feel like it's just not Christmassy enough. I just want it to be a little bit more festive and just a little bit less boring. So now I'm just adding a bit of black to the borders of this canvas, the edges. I felt like I kind of neglected them a little bit because, I don't know, sometimes I just forget about the edges. But yeah, I don't know, I felt like I wanted to, instead of like just extending the image across the edges, I just wanted to do a nice little black border. Maybe it would add a bit of contrast, who knows? But that's just what I feel like doing. So here's the final results for this, and I actually really like it. It is more simple and subtle. It feels like a small little snapshot of maybe something that would be a bigger picture, you know. I actually like that. It's kind of like a storybook kind of vibe. So tell me guys, have you ever tried to use oil pastels on a canvas? I actually haven't seen anyone try that before. It was just, I don't know, a random idea that clicked in my brain. I just thought, you know, I have oil pastels, I have a canvas, let's just mix them together and see what happens. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching this fun little experiment. I had a lot of fun creating this, and I hope you enjoyed this sort of chill style of video. And I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope your Christmas holidays, or whatever holidays you celebrate, are amazing. And look out for more Christmassy style videos from me. I ain't done yet. So anyways, please smash that subscribe button to get your scribble fix in the future. My name is Sarah, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.